Hey, what's up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Basking Broodscale combo on the play for game one. We need green sources. We have 11 hits. It's so risky. I'm going to keep it. We're on the play. On the draw, I feel like this would be better. I also believe 606 might also be on Broodscale, so this could get interesting. Saga trigger, blade, pass. Alright, give me a green source, and we have the win. I guess on turn 3. Not just yet. Stirrings is a whiff. Saga trigger. I'll pass. We're going to have to K-command and cycle just to play it. Flooded Strand. Oh, maybe not on Broodscale right now. They might instead be on Blink. I think 606 was on Broodscale. Am I crazy? Maybe. Either ways. I mean, I'd be okay if they White Orchid Phantom my Saga right now. I'll be real. It would be helpful. Only problem is now we have to worry about Solitude. Tapped. Instep. I mean, I think I go for the cycle because we need to progress the game. If we don't draw into a green source, we're in trouble. Oh, you got to be joking me. Alright, well, we took a statistical risk, and we are paying for it now, let me tell you what. I'm in danger. I don't think they have a way to, like, mass destroy artifacts in main, so I'm just gonna play the blades. All the blades. I have all of them. Even the Springleaf Drum wouldn't help me right now. Damn. Let's say non-land artifact. How does this read? I never actually thought about that. Artifact with mana cost. I guess it technically doesn't have a mana cost. I guess this is where like a one-off Mox Opal would help, funny enough. Huh. A one-off Mox Opal. I mean, it's not a bad idea. I'm not sure it's a great idea either. Ilmerk. Finds Recruiter. So it looks like this is Ketraless Blink. Draw. Trigger. A. We found something. We fail to find. Forest. I'm going to say we go Rumble. Find another land. Of course it's a freaking Saga. I don't need a Saga right now. Oh God. Alright, we got the Saga. The thing is, we're still down on mana, so I can't go the Broodscale yet. 8 cards in hand. I mean, I just fear Solitude at this point. 6, 7, 8... Flickerwisp the spawn, I suppose. Godless Shrine. Interesting. I guess the hold up removal, potentially. Draw. Yavimaya. I will go with Yavimaya. Malevolent Rumble. There's Emrakul. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I think we go with the Flesh Rake, though. Well, Emrakul might be better at baiting out what we want. 6. I don't think that increases at all. So 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, yeah. We'd be too short of the Emrakul is the only problem. So yeah, let's try and bait them out with the Flesh Rake then. We'll pass. Because the fact that they went for the Godless Shrine just tells me they have something. Ephem. Okay. Ephem. Baelmerk. Or rather, Ephem the Flickerus for the Baelmerk. Witch Enchanter. Ephem. Flicker. That resolves. I mean, we still have the win right now if we're given the opportunity. And that's the biggest thing here. If given the opportunity, we have the win. Orcish Bowmaster. And I imagine they Bowmast the spawn. Yes, ETB trigger. Sack and response. Triggers galore. Always yield. No army for you. Bolt. Paying cost for another Baelmerk. 6 cards in hand. Another Bowmast or an Emperor Bones? Takes the Emperor Bones. Ooh, for the Emrakul? Yikes, actually. Not thrilled by that prospect. Draw. Traverse the Uvenwall. I mean, we could traverse, but that doesn't really do too much for us, does it? I think we just lose. Yeah? Because if they just go... If they just go Emperor Bones, steal the Emrakul, adapt, attack with Flicker Emrakul, they win. If we play the Broodscale, we can equip but do nothing else. If we play the Flesh Rake, we can do nothing else. We can play Ancient Stirrings, but to what end? We don't have access to TKS, so we can't strip the Emperor. We don't have access to K Command. Yeah, we just drew our green sources way too late, unfortunately. Alright, then they interacted our spawn, so I'm just going to concede. I got nothing for you, friend. Blink, lost for game 1. Let's move to game 2. Unfortunate is what that is. So we want Wastegate Battle Mage. I don't know if we want Dismember, interestingly enough. I don't think they're running Ketra, so Dismember might not be necessary. TKS is interesting, but they have a lot of ways to interact with TKS. We'll cut a Gemstone at the very least. I mean, I could just keep the TKS, cut a Glane Flesh Ray, cut a Ballista, and call it a day. What's Thief hitting? Aether Vial? Yeah, that's nothing. Do we want this member? Is the question. I got the Soul Cauldrons. Okay. Can rip some key pieces. Can we keep it like this? Not sure about the DKS here. Yeah, I'm not sure about TKS in general. I will note that even if more data on the non-lab version, lab has actually still been standing out as a really good option, even if it is just a waste sometimes. So I'm wondering if, like, not a dedicated lab package, but like 2 Emrakul, 2 Ugin, I don't know, 3 Sire could be in the equation for a lab package. It's under the traditional 9, but the incidental value might be worth it. We can Yavmaya, Ramp, Halfling, Saga. Yeah, let's do that. Allows us a Wayscape Battle Mage. And pass. And pass. So going from our mid-range backup. They do play blue, so they do have access to Consign. There's Blade. Saga Trigger. And I think we just hold the K Command X1 here. See what's relevant or necessary. Holding likely for Felia. Draw. Trigger. Urza Saga. Trigger. Pass. Maybe you should have played the Beseiju, but the Beseiju can also be used to kill Overlord. There's Felia. Felia ETB. K command X equals 2. Do I want to scry draw instead of ramp? I think I want to scry draw instead of ramp. And done. Top, bottom, draw, and pass. And pass in full. No black sources yet for the Overlord. Next turn we can play the TKS unless... and opponent scoops it up. Alright, we'll take it. We want Gemstone back. I'm thinking cutting... like, we don't want to cut any more payoffs. We can cut Emrakul, we could cut TKS, we could cut Ag the Soul Cauldron, even Rumble. Cauldron's kind of hit or miss, right? I think we'll take the Cauldron out. Leave one Cauldron in. Cauldron just is very hit or miss against Blink. Because, like, yeah, you can sometimes snag a Solitude or snag something of relevance. But sometimes it's just kind of a dead card. Because Overlord's able to pick before you're able to respond. On the draw for game 3. I mean, this is a turn 2 Walking Ballista, turn 3 Flesh Rake, turn 4 TKS. Is that good enough? I don't think so. Mulligan. Okay. This is interesting to me. I'll keep. I think we pitch the K command, because right now it's purely uncastable. I guess also we could go the Traverse to the Uvenwald, but with Rumble getting types in Yard, it might be fair. Gemstone. Windswept Heath, keep the Yavmaya? Yeah, it seems right. We'll pass. Worst comes to worst, you just Uvenwald for a land in place of the fetch. Gala Shrine Shock, Thoughtseize. I'm thinking you take the Rumble, right? Yeah. That makes this hand objectively worse. Wooded Foothills, fetch, 2 types in Yard, Traverse. I still think we go the Wooded Foothills and pass. Yeah, that was pretty bad, I'd say. We do want to fetch for the breeding pool first here. Because, like, we just don't want to search for a basic. It just is not a good idea in this matchup. Fetch. Excuse me. Yeah, I think that Rumble is rough. I know my entire hand. I don't think they have anything in instant speed. I guess they have the Felia, of course. Draw. Aggie Soul. Yavmaya. Aggie Soul. I don't want to traverse, but I might have to here. I mean, it sets up our land drop for next turn, thins our deck. Yeah, we'll traverse. We just need something better than the alternatives. We'll pass and hold. Ooh, no Felia. That's surprising. Huh. Bailmerk. ETB. Oof. Wrath the Sky. Felia. Witch Enchanter. I like it pulling. Witch Enchanter. I will grab the Felia. And pass. Bailmerk. And draw. E-Temp. No reason to play the E-Temp right now, so I'll just play the Forest. And I will pass. Down to 11. Imagine blue source, so they can hold up Consign. Yep, Meticulous Archive makes sense to me. Draw. This will be 3 types in Yard. Witch Enchanter, Flicker Wisp. Yes, Flicker Wisp will target the Overlord. Yes. ETB. Yep. And trigger whiff. I'll take the Overlord. I guess they can't really get Overlord back all too easily, to be fair, but we'll still take it. And draw. Yikes. Pass. We're going to take 8 down to 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I really like that Malevolent Rumble. I'll tell you what. Trigger. Flicker Wisp, Felia. Which one do you take? Flicker Wisp. Down to 11. Main. Casting. Flicker Wisp target. Flicker Wisp. Oh, okay, I see what they're going to do, yeah. End step. Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp target the E-Temp. We'll make you sweat a bit. And target Felia. Draw. Wastegate. Perfect. So I'm going to kick and bounce. Is bouncing the Flicker Wisp wise? I mean, on one hand, no. On the other hand, we don't want to take 6. So yeah, I think we kick and bounce. Blue, colorless, green, colorless. So green, target Overlord, blue, target Wisp. Do you have the EFEM? Alright. I'll pass. Flicker Wisp. Black. Push. Brood. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Too short, so we need exactly another E-Temp. Emperor Bones. Trigger targets. In response, I'll eat it myself. Thank you. So now we're short 3 on that Emrakul. Take 3 down to 8. Lethal's not on board just yet. Broodscale. Oh boy. Alright, I will cast Broodscale. We'll pass. I don't think any of the cards underneath Flag of the Soul Cauldron have a activated ability, unfortunately. Paying cost for Felia. So this is 5. Okay, so we're not dead yet because we can make a spawn, even if they flicker the Broodscale. I guess they can flicker us Broodscale, we adapt in response, and then from there Felia bounces. Will they have enough? Yeah, they do have enough. So yeah, we lose here. So in response, green, adapt, always yes, always yield. Flicker, Felia attack, bounce, 2, 6, 9. That's lethal damage on board. Yeah, they got it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, damn. Damn. The Felia got me. Over the Bailmerk, target. Oh, not Overlord of Bailmerk. Emperor Bones, target. Yeah, it's fine. 1 type in yard. Felia flicker. Target spawn. Yes. Adapt. And you got it. Yep. I'll concede in full. Unfortunate. Alright. Well, we'll be back for match 2. Alright, we're back for match 2. On the draw for game 1, we will keep. I will pass. It is Zoo. Alright, turn 1 Ragavan. It's the Ragavan. Of course it is. Agatha Soul Cauldron. Cast Ancient Stirrings. Blade, Temple, Saga. We're gonna go Temple. Any order and pass. Depending on whether or not they tap out, I'm thinking we might just go Temple K Command X1, exile the Ragavan. Ragavan hits Boseiju. Rip. Thundering Falls, tapped. Palace Shrine to yard. Kavu, yes. Draw. Rumble. I want to play around a Spectral Denial, so I'm going to ramp and exile the Ragavan. And done. And pass. And hold. Question now becomes whether or not we play the Flesh Rake. Actually, no, the next question is whether or not we block. 3 cards in hand. Exile, so I like the card they have in hand. Do I block? If I do, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna take the 5 on 13. Red, Tribal Flames, Flage, ETB, targets, spawn, in response, sack, Flage to alright, annoying but not the end of the world, draw, Blade of Bloodchief, E-Temp, cast, yeah, we'll E-Temp, cast, Glaring Flesh Rake. Play Bladed Bloodchief. Unfortunately, can't do much else, so I'll pass. We could obviously play the other blade, but there's no real reason to right now, whereas at least now we have a blocker for Kavu. I mean, eventually have Soul Cauldron for Flage. Attack, trigger, discard a card, mountain, blocker, block, trigger, 3 in hand, passing, halfling. Always yield. Always yield. ETB. Sack, trigger. Always yield. Broodscale. Or not Broodscale, Bladed Bloodchief. Because now it's a ritual. And significant amount of drain. This is mana neutral, triggers. We'll go for E-Temp. Triggers. Sack. They've had enough. They're going to Leyline Binding. Don't know why you're Leyline Binding the one that can't attack. That's fine. I get the Soul Cauldron. Aggie Soul, target Flage. Target Flesh Rake. Always yield. Go to combat. Alright, down to 7. Road Foothills down to 6. Lush Port. And Passin. Down to 4. Bold move Cotton. Red, blue, Tribal Flames. Tribal Flames resolves. Triggers. 1 bolt. Sign of Draco. That is actually a problem. Because this has First Strike, Trample, Vigilance, and Lifelink. We'll take the 5. That puts you up to 9. Yeah, that's a problem, admittedly. So 5 down to 8. You go up to 9. Yes. Draw. Well, would you look at that? Sure. That's a Broodscale. I will equip the Broodscale. I will adapt the Broodscale. Always yes. Always yield. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to press 7, so it's automatically stacking, thank you very much. I'm going to equip to the spawn. And I'm going to make this spawn at least a 10-10. Then we're we're going to do the same thing for the other spawn. So that's a 10-10. We'll equip to this spawn. We're going to make that a 10-10. So you'll have to block. I guess you don't have to actually block both with this, because you'll gain 9 up to 18. Okay, so I actually need to make them 18/18s. Forgot about lifelink. Then we'll re-equip the Broodscale. Yeah, 9 plus 9, 18. Oh, 19. Whoops. Sorry. One too many. One too many, friend. My mistake. Alright. Don't want to forget about the first strike lifelink. We're going for a spawn beatdown. Alright, that's 18. We re-equip the Broodscale now. Let's go to combat, shall we? Alright, so both of those are down. You're up to 18. Triggers. And at that point, I'll pass. And what do you draw? Opponent scoops it up. Opponent scoops it up. I'll take it. Alright, win for game 1. Let's move on to game 2. Yeah, the Broodscale at the top was clutch. TKS does not play well here. I think we cut an Emrakul. You like this? Yeah. I'm hoping that this Traverse comes up more often than that one time. Like, we're going to need plenty of data on it, but running it as a one-of means it's going to take a while to get there. Yeah, we'll keep this. Pass. It's a Ragavan. We could just throw Wasescape in front of it. Yeah, I think I throw a Wasescape in front of it. So, hi, I want to cast you. Not kicked, unfortunately. And pass. And pass. Sign a Draco, which means it has first strike. That's annoying. I think I still block it though. So we need what, 4 mana? 2, 3, 4. So I can't play this next turn is the problem. Yeah, I'll throw it in front. Draw. Cavern of Souls. They have Hexproof. So, I mean, our hope is that they just tap down, basically, right? Breeding Bowl tapped. And pass. And pass. Because if they do tap down, we win next turn. Ragavan hit. Scion hit. Wooded Foothills is fine. I want you to tap down. Lush Portico, 3 in hand. Kavu? Kavu, leaving 1 mana open. Traverse the Uvenwall. Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. Oh, I don't have 4 mana. I only have 3. Right. Right. We could play the Broodscale and call their bluff. Right now we're looking at 9, 11 down to 3. They have Trample. They have Hexproof. Yeah, because I can play the Broodscale. I can play the Blade, but I can't equip. If this was a lab, then sure. Right? That's my bad. I was thinking Eldrazi mana, not Broodscale mana. Okay, here's what I'll do then. I'm going to play the Broodscale. Can't be countered. I'm going to adapt the Broodscale. Always yes. Always yield. I'm going to pass at this point. And we're going to hope they don't have an interaction. I'm just afraid that if I don't have a blocker here, I die regardless. Sign of Draco's fine. Combat. 9. Trigger. Discard a card, draw a card. Discard a leyline, draw a card. 9 plus 5 would be the 14. I'm going to throw you in front of you so that way they can't Tribal Flames me to death. Six. Dismember's not it. Alright. Well, time to see if it works. Lay the Blood Chief. Okay. Equip Blade. Ballista for 0. The alternative options we go K command. I guess actually no. We'll fire off Ballista for 0. If they have a bolt, we can dismember in response. Trigger. Okay. Always yield. I mean, I have K command. I guess I'll just tell them as much. I have K command and Ulvenwald. I guess I'll just tell them I have K command. I won't tell them I have the Ulvenwald. See if they'll concede from that. I guess the Dismember actually was kind of useless here because it has Hexproof. Because I guess they could still consign the K command. Alright, looks like they're not conceding, so we'll just go K command for full, basically. Alright. If they want me to go through the motions, I will. We also have the Traverse as well for Ballista, which is also an option. If they have the Consign for the K command. I guess a Stubborn Denial even. But wouldn't they have done that on the Blade, right? I'm not crazy for thinking that, am I? Alright, opponent. We're almost there. Wish I could input, like, loop this X number of times, but I imagine that'd be pretty complex to code. Especially with, like, the different number of loops that are possible in formats like Modern or Legacy. We're gonna go to 51. Alright, opponent, are you ready for the K command? Cast. I also wish they were just like like for X cost spells, just use all mana. Like right click, use X amount of mana. Another little thing that would be nice. I'm just not clicking here 51 times, right? Next thing I know, someone's in comments going like, yeah, you can do this shortcut. I'm like, oh, never knew. Alright, opponent. Done? Alright. So, bottom. 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 I mean, I understand it's a chess clock and all, but like this is a guaranteed kill at this point. The only thing I want top, realistically speaking, is the whatchamacallit, Flesh Rake. Halfling goes to bottom along with the lands and the temples. And now Uvenwall is online as well, so even if they somehow interact with the Flesh Rake, that's fine. I guess we could just go Ballista. We have enough. We're almost done. Opponent's put me through the ringer here. And to be fair, I probably could have stopped earlier, admittedly. Alright, opponent. Well, I'm going to go, I guess bottom all. Yeah, I think we just go Ballista. Harder to interact with in a meaningful way here. And draw. Alright, it ballista time. One, I'm gonna put this up a little bit more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and so on. We're at 10. And then eventually what we'll do is we'll leave 1 up, basically. And then I will then equip to the walking ballista. Pay 24. Why do I need to cancel? Why is it not letting me cast Ballista? Oh, because I was 1 over. Okay, 24. Seven. It's not an unbound loop. Alright, we'll get to the Ballista eventually, opponent. I just need to make all the spawns that I sacked. Am I gonna hit the... Is there a limit on how many tokens? It's still not an unbound loop. I understand why it seems like it is. I promise it's not, though. It'll end eventually. Gonna go get a snack. Let me know when you cast that walking ballista. I mean, it's cast. I was just waiting for the stack to clear. It's here. I mean, I respect it. At the same time, like, if this was a challenge, then, like, sure, I'd be a bit more understanding. But it's a league. At the same time, like, I've done it before, so I don't know. This is deterministic. I usually, like, in a non-deterministic loop or play, then I'll keep going. But when it's deterministic, like, okay, I have a ballista. You know I have a win condition. Like, we could have just went with the flesh rake, but I wanted to play around, I guess. I don't know what even we play around here. Leyline binding? No, because once it's bored, it doesn't matter, right? Maybe I should just went for the flesh rake. Maybe we should just went for the flesh rake. And looks like opponent may have AFK'd, which reasonable, but like I said, could have also just conceded. Well, I guess we'll be back once opponent has returned. Alright, opponent returned. Walking Ballista has resolved. We'll equip Blade to Ballista. And sack. Pay the 1. Opponent, please, just concede. Alright, I'm gonna go up to 37. I mean, at this point, there really is no way for them to get around this. I'll also go up to 38 just to make sure. Remove a counter. Target you. It is on the stack. Save targets. Always yield. I'll just repeat this another 32 times. Again, wish there was a way to, like, more or less define a loop. And again, like, in paper, it's a non-issue because you just declare, okay, I activate this a million times, my Broodscale is 1,000,000 and 2 and 1,000,000 and 2, I have 1,000,000 spawns, I cast K command for my deck count, and then from there, I will find a win condition, put it into play, Walking Ballista for X equals, you know, 500,000, and then ping you for 500,000. So it's not as much of an issue in paper, but while there's a chess clock, I mean, you can definitely burn the clock. I guess opponent has nothing technically to lose since they lost game 1, so maybe their thought is, well, I might as well play it out and see if you time yourself out, but I think based on the amount of time I had, it just was unrealistic to begin with. Even going through the motions here, we could have probably shortcutted this by just going Glaring Flesh Raker instead. Alright, one more. We got there? We're done? GG's? And opponent's deciding to say, maybe not. I'm just gonna chill here. I mean, it's on their clock at this point. Like, I can walk away from the computer, and this is save targets and auto yield. So now it is simply on them. Opponent, I don't know why, but the air has become salty. I don't know, it just tastes of salt, just a little bit. So, have a feeling here we're going to be, have a feeling that we're going to be here for a while. Not that we already haven't been. Was this match 1 or is this match 2? Thank God it's at least match 2. We have one match 2. That much is certain. So, I guess we'll be back once opponent has decided to yield priority and take the L. We'll be back. All right, and finally, that there will be the end of match 2. Yeah, starting to think that maybe the idle timer needs to be a little bit shorter. But that said, we'll be back for match 3. All right, and we're back for match 3 on the play for game 1. Let's take a look at our opening hand. I mean, it's a Flesh Rake, Saga, double command. We're missing a green source. Yeah. But it goes down to 6 cards. And I think we go Temple, Saga. Try and find a land so we can go Construct here. Pass. And hold in case the K command needs to be cycled. Though I don't foresee that needing to be necessary. Ooh, it's Tron. So we have to be worried about Karn then. So getting down an early Flesh Rake is good. Draw. K command X2 is interesting to me. Let's still go with the Saga, and we can make constructs starting next turn. Flesh Rake and pass. Worst thing they could have is a Dismember. We'll pass. Oh, hello. Mono Blue Tron? Looking like it. Trigger. Temple. I'm gonna ramp Scry draw here. I don't want to cast this with blue untapped. Done. Trigger. Always yield. Always yield. And there's our green sources. I'm thinking maybe top here actually. Draw, triggers. And combat. 2. There's Power Plant. We have the Beseiju. They have the map. That's fine. End step. I'll make a construct. Triggers. 14. Draw. Trigger. Make a construct. Triggers. Blade. Trigger. Wooded Foothills. We can hold the Wooded Foothills here. Go to combat. Swing at you for 5. Go to end step. Resolves. What do you grab? Mine, as expected. We'll fetch. Forest. Beseiju, hit Power Plant. Always yield. And always yield. And pass. So next turn we have lethal, multiple ways. Play the mine. Okay. You could go K command, X equals 2. Urza Saga trigger. Thinking. Let's go to combat. lethal. You have K command, X equals 2. You could exile a construct, make 2 spawns. And Bone scoops it up. We'll take the win. This is... I'm going to say it's probably still Eldrazi Tron. Win for game 1. Likely is playing Karn. We do want Damp Sphere. I think Thief. TKS is good. Excuse me. Soul Cauldron's doing nothing here. Maybe Cut and Emrakul and a Rumble. Yeah, let's run like this. Between TKS, Thief, and Damn Sphere, we should be good. I guess they also could be running TKS, so maybe Dismember could be something to consider, but I feel like we'd be cutting too much. On the draw, I mean, we have Besage You into Stirrings for land, or rather Besage You into Halfling. Yeah, let's keep it. We can make it work. Opponent goes down to 5 cards. That'll make this Damp Sphere that much harder for them. Keeps 5, mine, and pass. Draw. In that case, Yavimaya, Halfling, and pass. And pass. We'll fire off Stirrings first. No lands. Huge for me. In that case, let's fire off Stirrings for land. Load Temple. No Temple, but we can grab Cavernous Souls. Could also grab Blade. I'm thinking Cavernous Souls, though. Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. Damn Sphere, pass. And pass. And draw. Let's see here. Another Stirrings. Other Stirrings, or we just TKS and start beating face? I think at this point, let's play the Seiju and TKS. That way we can just start beating face next turn. Let's see what we got. Going down to 5 is rough. If one landed, though, I feel like they should have probably have gone to 4. Stock up Portent, Talisman, K command. We'll take the Talisman. Talisman out. That way, even if they do find a land, they can't ramp. And now we just start beating face. And Bone scoops it up. Alright, we'll take the win. Makes up for last match. With that being said, we'll be back for match number 4. Alright, and we're back for match 4 on the draw for game 1. Hits off top here, Temple, Broodscale, so at least 8. I'll take a Malevolent Rumble, Ancient Stirrings as well, so 8, 11, 11, 15. I'll keep it. Why not? Sacred Foundry, so it's going to be energy it's looking like. Ragavan, that's unfortunate, because we all know Ragavan's going to hit exactly what I want. Play the Blade. Maybe get them to use up a resource. Playing Flesh Rake, I mean, that would have been another one on the list of things I would have liked. Did you miss your land drop? Would like K command. K command's good. Fable, that's fine. Broodscale. I mean, so it just raises the question at this point, do they have interaction? The next question, or next point, of course, is the fact that they could find interaction of Fable, right? Yeah, let's Wooded Foothills fetch. And we'll see if they have interaction. Pass. And if not, we're going to play 3 TKS and rip their hand apart. Pitches 2. Define interaction. Are we in the clear? Static Prison, Galvanic Discharger hits. Flage, I suppose, as well, actually. Yeah. Down to 13. Aggie Soul Cauldron doesn't do anything. Second main. Paying cost. Sacking treasures. Why? Pride. Soul Cauldron. Static Prison. Pride. Fine. Elegant Parlor. Fine. Can I find a win condition off top? Even another Blade would be fine. Blade, Flesh Rake. Anything would work here. Aggie Soul Cauldron doesn't cut it. So we can Yavimaya. I mean, yeah, we just need a land. Yavimaya. Adapt. I guess first, equip. Nope, not TKS yet. Adapt. And opponent concedes. Alright, we'll take the win. Energy, win. I mean, it was going to be a infinitely big Broodscale that they would have had to block the Pride. 3 TKSs. Their hand would have been emptied. And an Agatha Soul Cauldron as well. Yeah, I mean, seems pretty good. Well, let's move to game 2. So they are running. So at the very least, we want this member, right? They're running Fable. Fable, Johnny, Bombardment, Static Prison can all be taken by Thief. Yeah, I'll bring in Thief. Cut, Flesh Rake, Ballista. Aggie Soul Cauldron's not bad. Cut Emrakul for Thraben Charm. Do we want TKS is the question? I feel like TKS can just die too easily. I mean, Galvanic Discharge doesn't kill it. Static Prison does. Flage doesn't. The 4 toughness could be worth keeping. The other option is we cut to Rumble. Or just cut the TKS in general and then keep the main plan. Maybe cut a Emrakul. Yeah, let's do this. Let's try it out. There's an argument with the Wastegate Battle Mage being able to bounce a Clarion Conqueror. But the only problem is it can't deal well with a Johnny. There's Thief, there's Blade, there's Saga. What do we need right now? I mean, Broodscale and a win condition. We have 5 Broodscale for all intent and purpose. I mean, making Saga tokens isn't bad. We'll keep. Opponent, Mulligan's down to 6. Probably we'll just go Yavimaya. Blade. Fetch Windswept Teeth for a Ragavan. Nope, Pride, that's fine. Draw. Flesh Rake. I'd love to see a temple off top then. Arid Mesa. Fetch. So they're casting something of 2 mana. I'm gonna say a Johnny. Yes, a Johnny. Okay. Hit for 1, down to 19. And cat. Temple. Okay, I mean, do we just interaction check at this point? We play Broodscale and potentially win next turn. Saga trigger. Let's interaction check. They have 3 cards in hand. Pass in full. See what you got. We have the win con in hand, so unless you have the interaction, we win. Bombardment will get you there. Flage will get you there. Discharge. Static Prison. I have no reason to block. We'll take it. Down to 14. Paying cost for a Johnny. A Johnny flips, but no red permanents. If they don't have a land, then we got there. Yep. Johnny plus. Pride. Draw. Trigger. In that case, we will Windswept Teeth, Fetch, Forest, Equip, Adapt, Always Yes, Always Yield. And opponent scoops it up, we'll take the win. Yeah, sometimes you just need to send it, and see if they have interaction. Thankfully did draw into backup of a second Broodscale, but did not matter. Alright, well, we'll be back for match number 5. Alright, and we're back for match 5 on the play for game 1. Let's take a look. Kahira, so control. Not thrilled by that prospect, but I will keep. So we're going to start with Ancient Stirrings on 1. We have Maya. Stirrings. Force check. There's Blade, their second Saga. I'm going to say Saga here, because I think we're just going to be going for Saga beats. I'll pass. And pass. Scouting Tarn, pass, draw, second E-temp, Urza Saga, trigger, Ballista, Spell Snare, and hold, and hold. Like I said, we're just going to be going for Saga beats. I mean, I guess they could go Wrath of Sky for 0 here. That would actually our Saga, which kinda sucks, admittedly. This depends on whether or not they run Wrath main. Hallowed Fountain Shock. Wrath of Skies? Yeah, looking like it. Ballista target. And pass. Worst case scenario by and large. Urza Saga. Trigger. Pass. Hopefully I don't have a second Wrath. Because that would suck. Fountain Shock. Blue, blue. Narset. Narset will be an issue. Because probably going to have Scepter Chant, maybe Gerich. Could be Days Undoing. A lot of different options here. It's not a good matchup for me, especially if the... Oh, Jesus Christ, they have the Days Undoing. So what we'll have to do here then is Saga Trigger, E-Temp. Thank you, main deck TKS. Show me that Days Undoing. Days Undoing, Jace, Narset, Narset, Terminus. That Jace is a bit scary with that Terminus, admittedly, but we need to take out that Days Undoing. No thank you. Pass. 5, 9. We're 4 short of Emrakul. Narset. Brain Surge. Plays an island. Jace. Jace, bounce, draw. And draw. Interesting. I'll just float. Yeah. Blade. And I don't foresee a reason. We'll go with Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. No reason to play the other Blade right now. Counterspell, Brain Surge, Narset, Narset, Terminus. We want Terminus out, so Terminus out. And I'll equip to TKS. We'll pass. And pass. So they could continue to just balance the TKS and we'll just go 1 for 1. Yep. Scouting Tarn. Why are you not playing this Flooded Strand? Weird. Glaring Flesh Rake. Okay. 4, 5, 6. Close, but no. Oh. I will replay TKS. Brain Surge. So they're going to basically put a specific set of cards on top so I can't touch them. Interesting. Could be Terminus, which would be an issue, admittedly. 5, 9, 11, 1 short. Wrath Disguised. Discharge doesn't clear TKS. They have no energy, but they'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. So yes, we'll take the Wrath. I'll play Temple. And again, equip Blade to TKS. Undering Falls. Pass in full. They will brainstorm. So we don't know what exactly is going to be in hand anymore at this point. I mean, I'm not exactly going to be drawing cards, so I don't care too much about the Narset. So I think we have to take out the Jace if we get the opportunity. Discharge, okay. And then Wrath? Yes. Yes. For 1. Oh, yeah. Triggers. Scouting Tarn still doesn't play this Flooded Strand. Draw. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In that case... Trigger. Or not trigger. Cast. Now we trigger. Always yield. Always yield. Does the blade resolve? Scouting Tarn fetch. They're going to counterspell this. Which makes sense to me. Yes. So we're just kind of baiting out the counterspell at that point. I will play the Windswept Teeth and pass. So next turn we have Emrakul. Brainstorm. Worst case scenario here, by and large, the Days Undoing. Flooded Strand. Big Tough? Maybe not. Fetch Flooded Strand. Five, Rafra 3. Yes, that resolves. I should probably have sacked the spawn in response. Pause on end step. Fetch Windswept Teeth. For Breeding Pool, tapped. And draw. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yav Maya. Tis an Emrakul. Our turn, comrade. Return target creature to its owner's hand. It does not say up to, which is unfortunate. Solitude. Solitude discharge. So we can Solitude nothing. We'll draw first. Solitude. Discharge. Scouting Tarn. Brain Surge. Go to main. It does specifically state return target creature. The only problem is that I have no way. I don't want to give them Narset. You can discharge the Solitude. And I guess I could Jace bounce the Emrakul. Huh. And there's a lot of awkwardness here. Oh, hold on. What if I play 1, 2, 3, 4, play the Solitude, and then shuffle... Okay, I have an idea. 1, 2, 3, 4... I guess I also could just Brain Surge. No, so I could... Okay, I have an idea. Play Solitude, exile nothing. Jace bounce Solitude, play Brain Surge. Yes, that should work. So cast Solitude. 2, 3, 4, 5. Solitude. ETB triggered, done, no targets. Jace, return target creature, Solitude. Jace down. Scouting Tarn. Should have checked, make sure they had more lands, but I hope they do. Fetch. Play Steam Vent Shock. They almost didn't, funny enough. Brain Surge. So there's Teferi and Solitude. screwed. So we want... I'm hoping that it's in the order where Solitude would be on the bottom, then Teferi top. I guess I can just put the Triome top. Fledge Strands. Well, that's actually kind of awkward because the Triome can then draw into the Solitude. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's a bit awkward, admittedly. Damn. Oh, actually, here's what I can do. So in that case, I will put top, and then evoke the Solitude. Exile the Teferi. Because I was trying to play around the Teferi, right? Done. No exile. Stack. It dies. The discharges do nothing. They have the Narset. We pass. So Brain Surge out, Narset. There should just only be one Narset. They draw into a fetch, which is a dead card for all intent and purpose. They have the Triome. I guess they have a Plains. Okay. Narset. Narset looking for a solution. Narset. Finds Terminus. Oh, son of a... Yeah, you found it. Draw. K command. Cavern of Souls. Name Eldrazi. We probably want to hold, what, a green source? Oh, I can't draw. Shit. I mean, I think I have to cast it now, otherwise it will be countered. Is the only problem. Yeah, that's kind of annoying, admittedly. But basically, it is ramp and then scry, but no draw. There's Broodscale, there's K command, there's Rumble. So bottom one Rumble, top, bottom, top, and top. Because next turn we should be able to win with the Ballista. And we'll pass. Narset minus. Brain Surge. I know they have the Spell Snare. I almost wish that I made this construct. Yeah. That actually would have been smart if I had one on Eldrazi, one on construct, because I think those are like the two types other than Halfling. It's a fairy. It's a fairy plus. Yeah, if I had made that construct, I think we could win right now. Shoot. Done? You have to have interaction. There's no way you don't, right? Yeah, so in the future, I think this is a good example of multiple Cavern of Souls. I think there was no reason for me not to name the other one Construct for the exact potential reason. Oh, I messed up. I messed up on that. Terminus. Yeah. 3, 4, and Cycle, draw. Surprised they haven't brought back the Kahira. Green. It resolves. We'll pass. It's a 2-turn clock. Well, I will adapt. Always yes. Always yield. Resolves. And pass them. This time I will hold up the ability to respond on the off chance that they do have another discharge. I guess I actually should have known about both discharges, shouldn't I? Yeah. Another Narset. Okay. They only have 13 cards in hand. Or 13 cards in deck, rather. Interesting. I wonder if I hold this K command. Terminus. Okay. You can't play it at instant speed, so that's whatever. Untap. Draw. I'm gonna hold. I'm not sure there's a reason for me to cast this right now. Strange as that sounds. Plus 7. They're at 10 cards left. There's the Gerich. So I actually shouldn't cast this at all, otherwise they will lock me. But again, they're only at 10 cards in response. Do you have a Days Undoing? Phase change. Okay. So I'm going to interaction check them because I have an idea here. So I'm going to ramp Exile Yard. Ramp. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So anything that's not lands. So let's see here. 7 I said. So Jace is a win con. So Jace. Solitude. Counterspell. Counterspell, that's 4. 5. I guess. 6. And 7. And done. And done. Paying cost. Yeah, I mean, it's worth trying at that point. Because now they shuffle back. Draw. Gerich. Pitch Yavimaya. 1, 2. Oh, it's upkeep. It's like what? Main. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So X equals 3. Paying cost. Counterspell. At this point, they have the win. I'm at a time deficit. I will concede. Yeah, so I think the main thing that I could have played differently there was making the second cavern into Construct rather than Eldrazi. That would have let me have resolved the Walking Ballista for 6 and won. So, unfortunate oversight on my part, but a good thing to note. So we want Defense Grid, we want Thief, we want TKS, got Fleshraker, Ballista, Emrakul, Gemstone, Agatha Soul Cauldron, and run it back like this. Yeah, so against control, second cavern should be Construct, is the lesson learned there. Not really a punt or mistake, just an unintuitive line. On the play for game 2. There's the Kahira. I will keep. Delighted Halfling. Pass. And pass. Fetch. Galvanic Discharge. Shock. Discharge. Yep. Draw. Defense Grid. Force check. Defense Grid has landed. Floodstrand will love a land off top. Asking you shall receive. Saga Trigger. Fleshrake. Ancient Stirrings. There's Blade. Blade or land? I'm gonna say Blade. Any order, and pass. Because Blade's mana neutral, we can go Fleshrake and make it into a ritual. Only downside is I do need another land to make that work. Actually, no, I don't. Because we go Fleshrake, Blade, then Relevant Rumble, yeah. Plains. Narset, that's fine. Path, can't play it right now, though. Oh. Is this just the win? Yeah, we just have the win. So in that case, Basking Broodscale. Always yield. Always yield. ETB. Trigger. Blade. Triggers. ETB. Equip the Broodscale. Sack. Always yield. Equip. And they can't do anything with the defense grid on board. Always yes. Always yield. And does opponent concede? Opponent concedes. Alright, solid win. Thank you, defense grid. Yeah, I don't think control is too prevalent right now, so I'm not sure if it's entirely necessary, but I will say the defense grid has been nice. Let's take a look. I'm curious. Last 14 days since Final Fantasy. Yeah, control. I mean, there's Grixis control 1.7, Azorius 1.4, so 3.1, realistically speaking. Jeskai 3.8. So, yeah, not a lot of control. So, defense grid's probably not necessary, though obviously very dependent on your meta. We do want the Gemstone. I think we cut a Rumble. I also want to double check one thing. If Thief, it's 4 mana value or less. Yeah, perfect. Cut the Rumble. Yeah, run it back like this. Looks good to me. Yeah, I'm doubtful that opponent was expecting the sideboard defense grid. Let's be real. Alright, on the draw. A little bit awkward. It's slow is the problem, right? We have the Cavern Souls, which is good. And we could go Breeding Pool, Shock, Traverse, Land, or rather Saga, Land, make constructs, but then the Wrath of Skies kind of messes that up a bit. Makes me a bit on the draw here. I think I'm mulligan. Yeah. Oh, this is so good, but so risky. We would need... So, like, the biggest hit is Temple, of course. After Temple, any green source? 11 hits? I don't know. I'm going to keep it. I think this is wrong. But if we get lucky, we're in business. We'll take this Archive. Okay. Temple's the best hit. Green source after, second best. Draw. Cavern of Souls. Name Eldrazi. Alright, we'll try again. I guess we could have named Halfling. Halfling would have been a consideration. Draw. Pass. I mean, I would have taken any land at that point. Just to play a Broodscale at the very least. Pass. Yeah, we're in danger now. But it's passing. Draw. Oh, you gotta be joking me. Pass. Pitch the TKS. Pass. I mean, we knew it was a risky hand. We had, like, what, 15 hits off top? I'd even argue any land would have done. 15 were, like, the best case scenario. And then anything after would have been fine. So I think we had 22 hits. Yeah, I mean, that's more than 33%, but if Narset on board, I mean, all they need now is a Day's Undoing, and it's GG's. Let's be real. Consign, draw. Yeah, 22 hits, 4 draws, seen nothing. I mean, the odds of that are pretty slim. The casting window on Ancient Stirrings is kind of past, so we'll pitch the Stirrings. Brain Surge. Like I said, all they need now is a Day's Undoing. They got it. All they need is a Day's Undoing, and they got the win. Maybe we should have went down to 5. Like 33% across 2 draws. I felt relatively confident. Pass. That's 5 draws, no hits across. I guess not 22, it would have been 21. Still, that's over 33% per draw. And he whiffed on 5? That's just so unlikely. Teferi, yeah. I mean, it's GG's, right? There's no ifs and buts about it. They have a handful of action. Oh, you have to be joking. At this point, I just want to continue playing just to see how unlucky I am. Reminder, we have 21 lands left in the deck. We're already 6 in, and we've seen none. I mean, if this was a forest, it would probably been a bit better. Draw. 7 draws, no lands. Pitch the TKS. What is happening? I mean, I say it all the time. Sometimes play the numbers and sometimes the numbers play you. But man, apparently numbers absolutely hate me right now. Draw? What? Pass? Pitch the Ballista? No, pitch the K command. Pass. Oh, did they pass? Did I pass? End step? Oh, end step. Pass. The Fairy Plus. I mean, they're about, like, at this point they just win. There's no offense or buts about it. Draw? Hey, we found a land. It took us 9 draws. Stupid. Forest? I mean, Ballista doesn't resolve. Broodscale. Can't counter that. I'm just gonna exile my lands. Get each. Pitch. Oh. Yeah, Terminus does work that way, doesn't it? Thief. So it took us 9 hits. Or 9 draws. So I wonder what the odds are of us seeing nothing. I mean, I'll just concede at this point. Okay, there's no reason to continue. We'll just concede. Put ourselves out of this misery. That was brutal. Okay, I need to know now. Hyper geometric distribution calculator, 61 cards, sample size. We saw 7 plus an additional 8, so 15. 15. Success in population was 21. And number of wanted cards, let's just say 1. I mean, chance of drawing 1 or more of the wanted cards was 99.9%. Chance of drawing 0 was 0.057%. So less than, or just a little less than a 2/6%. Yeah. That's not even 2/6%. No. That's 0.057. Jesus. All right, well, like I said, sometimes you play the numbers and sometimes the numbers play you. It is what it is. Overall, though, pretty happy with the end results. 3-2 at the end of 5. Our only losses were to Control and to Blink, and arguably we probably could have won game 1 had I made the heads-up decision to name Construct with the second Cavernous Souls rather than Eldrazi. A little oversight on my part, but definitely a lesson learned in those Control matchups. Game 2, Defense Grid absolutely came in clutch to allow us to go through with the combo. So pretty happy with that. Overall, happy with the list. We didn't really get to see too much of Traverse, though again, Zoo, we were able to use it as backup in case they were able to interact with the K command, which would have been nice. So regardless there, overall good. We won decently into Energy, into Tron, and again, Tron game 2 kind of had a rough hand. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the build. I'm still not sure if TKS main is the way to go, or if we should try like a miniature lab package. Because like lands like Yavimaya, for some reason, performing poorly in comparison to lab, even though lab a lot of times, like 50% of the time, was just a fancy wasteland, right? A non-basic wasteland. But the times where it came in as a soul land, you know, obviously we're seeing improvement. Minor improvement, but improvement nonetheless. So something to consider as we continue to build up the deck. The core of the deck still, you know, shaping up to be what we expected. Broodscale, Command, Flesh Rake, Ballista, etc., right? So overall, good stuff. But with that being said, that there will be the end of today's video. As always, if you did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the like button. Comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback. It would be much appreciated. For as much that I hope that you all learn from me in both my success and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you have reached this point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button, as we're getting closer and closer to our next goal of 1,000 subscribers. At which point, I'll be able to start monetizing my YouTube videos, which will allow me to start saving up towards a streaming PC. In the meantime, though, if you do want to support me monetarily, you can do so over my Patreon, where you get early access to my YouTube videos and any updates that I make to my deck guides. But with that being said, folks, I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye!